Hey guys, today I want to talk a lot about empaths. Empaths as a personality, but not just the personality type. There's a lot of personality types that have empathic qualities in them. They're really nice people. They want to look out for other people. They want to help other people. They have that caring thing going on. Sometimes it can actually lead to psychological disorders, like overdoing it for people. Some of these people have caregiver, like this thing where they're too much of a caregiver. They forget themselves. They lose themselves. And people that have empathic qualities or empathic personalities tend to lose themselves. And they tend to get taken advantage of also, mostly by narcissists, but there are other personality types that kind of take on, everybody has like a mixture of personalities, really. I wouldn't say anybody has like just one personality. There are people that do, but it's very few and far between. You kind of take a mix of personalities, and you if you're an empath, you tend to be more intuitive. You pick up things on people, you feel things, and you feel their feelings. Narcissists tend to be people who kind of take advantage of people. There's many different personality types, but today we're going to talk about empaths, a little bit about narcissists, because narcissists are kind of the people that would chew empaths up, but also a little bit with scammers. And scammers have their own personalities, because when they're scamming people generally, and they tend to fall into the narcissistic group kind of, but scammers are not always scamming because of their personality. They're scamming because they need the money. They're poor, they're poverty stricken. They're doing it for survival more so out of their personality type. And it's not, I'm not justifying it or anything like that. I'm just saying that's the way it is. And empaths tend to have this thing where they want to look after people. They care about people. I myself fall under that empath thing. Only about 1 to 2% of the population falls under an empathic person. Okay, and when you fall under that, and I find myself in this category a lot, is you kind of get yourself into trouble with people because you care too much for people. You tend to fall in love quicker with people too. That's another problem. Also, sometimes you want to be alone more. That also puts you in a situation where if you're in a relationship, you kind of find yourself wanting to, geez, this is getting to be, too close for me. I want to be alone for a while. And it's good to be with a person that understands that you need some time alone sometimes. You need some time to walk, some time to have alone in your room or whatever, or some time to go off with your friends or whatever. I'm sorry, we got a chainsaw going on here. So I'm gonna walk the other way. But anyway, when you have this type of personality, scammers over here are gonna eat you up and spit you out. Some of the girls will too. So you wanna make sure you keep yourself in check as far as, because I notice a lot of the expats that come over here, there's the narcissistic type that take advantage of the people that are over here. And then there's the empaths that get taken advantage by the narcissist, which also falls under the category of expats, not just Filipinos, because there's narcissists in the United States. I'm just saying over here, I think the expats that are empathic have to worry about the narcissist expats, number one, and that's probably the biggest problem over here. But also, you have to worry about the scammers over here. So if you're empathic, you have to kind of keep yourself in check and use your intuitiveness to pick up on the fact that somebody's trying to take advantage of it. But we always tend to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I find myself in that category that I believe in the good in people, and sometimes there is no good in some people. Unfortunately, there just isn't. And these people that scam you or are narcissists, it's a cycle for them. They just keep on repeating, wash, rinse, repeat. They're looking for a different way to scam you. They're looking for a different way to burn you. Some people like to take empaths down. It's almost like a game. And it's usually the narcissists that do stuff like that. They want to knock you down, because empaths tend to succeed pretty well in the world. they're not really powerful people, but they kind of succeed on their own. They're very smart, like I said, intuitive. They pick up people's feelings. Some people say that they almost have like psychic abilities. I'm not sure if I would call it psychic. I would call it that intuitiveness. They pick up on things in the world that other people don't pick up on. Maybe that could be considered psychic or whatever. My grandmother used to be able to, and she was an empathic person. My grandmother used to pick up on people's feelings, and she could actually tell you when people were going to die and stuff like that. And I've picked up a few of her qualities from my grandmother, because my grandmother was like this really sweet, nice person, and I was around her when I was younger a lot. And they say it passes down through generations too, that empathic thing. I'll say this, that if you are an empath and you live in the Philippines, that you really need to keep your eyes open. And a lot of the guys coming over here, they might not be, like I said, empaths only have 1% of the 1 to 2% of the population, okay? But there are other people out there that they have empathic personalities, but it's only partial. Their personality might be different than empathic, but they have some of those empathic qualities. They pick up on people's feelings. They feel bad for people. They want to help people. They want to help the world. And over here, let me tell you, if you get into that, you're going to get eaten alive over here. And it's kind of sad to say that, but if you have empathy towards people over here, people take advantage of that. They're going to come up and tap you, because you know why? Because we as empaths, or people with empathic qualities, are more of a soft touch. Hey, can I get 100 pesos off you? Hey, can I get 1,000 pesos off you? Hey, can I get 2,000 pesos? If you see somebody touching you all the time for money, hitting you up for money, playing a game with you, they know that you're a soft touch, and they're taking advantage of you. Okay, if somebody's coming up to you all the time, you need to know how to stand up as an empath and speak out and say, look, that's enough. Okay, no more. We're done. Okay, I gave you some money. That's it. And over here, don't loan people money. If you're gonna give somebody money, you're better off just giving them the money and say, look, if you want to pay me back, you can, but I'm giving it to you. Okay, because I know you probably don't have the money to pay me back. Just give it to them. Just give it to them. Say, here, this is yours. Okay, and be careful. Be more careful. Be more aware. Stand up for your rights. Don't let people chew you up and spit you out. I noticed that some people push around empaths. Okay, not just the personality, the empathic type personality, but the other people that have empathic qualities. They tend to be quieter. They tend to care about people. They don't want to hurt people's feelings. Even if the person's pushing on them really hard sometimes, they don't want to hurt that person. They don't want to speak up and say something to that person. Well, sometimes, and I've learned this myself from being over here, that I've had to speak up. And when I speak up, people, they're surprised at you, because they're not used to an empath pushing back. And they especially narcissists get pissed at you, then they have to get you back worse. They gotta chew you up and spit you out, and I've seen that with a few of the expats over here that were narcissists, and I've seen it with some of the Filipinos over here that are scammers, or they're just not good people, or they're narcissistic type personalities or whatever. I've seen that with many Filipinos, with some of our expats. They pick up on the empathic quality, and they start hitting them up for money. They start hitting them up for things, and it's just, you got to be careful. Just be careful, guys. Be careful that you're not one of those people chewed up and spit out, because it hurts. It hurts. Be more vigilant over here as an empath than you are back home. Now, back home, it's still bad. They chew you up, they spit you out. But over here, I think it's probably three to 5 times that more likely that you're going to get chewed up and spit out. And it took me a while to find out that people are going to chew me up and spit me out over here as an empath. And I kind of put up my shields. I have to put up my shields to kind of block that and just fight it off and make sure that I'm safe. And you guys need to do the same. You need to be more aware, because empaths are always trying to read the room. They're always trying to pick up what's going on, and they tend to be better listeners. Okay, and when you're listening, listen for the red flags. Listen for the red flags. Those red flags are going to tip you off. If you start seeing people using you, taking advantage of you more. And you start seeing that, cut it loose. Cut it loose sometimes. If you might need to cut it loose, whether temporary or permanent, just say, look, I'm not putting up with this anymore. Doesn't mean you're not friends. But if you see that that person's coming back and they're doing the same thing to you, especially if it's a narcissist, it's best to just cut them loose and gray rock them. Gray rock them means you just pretend that they're like a rock. You just totally ignore them almost. Like, just don't interact with them, because they're looking to get you back into their circle so they can chew you up and spit you out again. And they will do that to you. Okay, so gray rock them. Just pretend like they don't exist. They're gonna try to come back in your life. They're gonna show themselves. They're gonna maybe come over to your house or drive by your house, or they're gonna do something stupid. That's the way these people work. And eventually they'll leave. They'll go out on their own. And some of these people, these narcissists, are jealous. They want to be like you, or they want to follow in your footsteps or whatever, or they're jealous of what you have. They're jealous of your friends. They're jealous of this or that. It's just part of the narcissistic personality type. It's nothing that you're doing wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. You're actually doing everything right. And that's what gets them jealous, But anyway, I want to throw that out there today, because everybody has some empathic qualities. But the empathic personality type, which is only 1 or 2%, those are the ones that get eaten up the most. But I noticed that a lot of the empaths come to the Philippines to get away from what's going on in the United States. And it's actually worse here in some ways for empaths, okay? Because of the fact that the scammers will take advantage of them, narcissists will take advantage of them more so over here, especially the scammers. So you got to be ultra vigilant over here to make sure that you're not getting taken advantage of. And also, it can be a better place over here for you to live over here as an empath, I think, than it is back home. And use your intuition a lot more. Pay attention for red flags and stuff, not just picking up what's going on in the room and finding out what people need. Find out who people are. Most empaths are trying to figure out how to help people. Figure out how, what these people are up to too. Some people are not up to anything, and those are the people you want to help. I'm saying, look to see for red flags. Is this person a narcissist? Are they trying to take advantage of me? That's what you really need to be looking for, because it's okay to help people. Empaths are they're some of the most beautiful people. My aunt was the most beautiful person in the world. My aunt is an empath. She's a really beautiful empath too. And I remember when I was a child, I was sick, and I remember her coming over and touching my forehead, and it was almost like she healed me, because she had such a beautiful personality. And I'm not trying to get into a new age thing or anything like that. There was just something about her touch and her personality that kind of cured you. I'm not sure what it was, but it was just something really beautiful and touching. And that was always around my aunt. Whenever I was around my aunt, I always felt like $1 million. I felt she always built you up and made you feel good. She wasn't like a giving type, but she was a giving with her love type. Okay, and it's different. There's a difference there. Giving with your love sometimes I think is even more important in today's world. Give your love more than money, because the Philippines will eat you up if you're a giver as far as money. Give your love, help people, show people that you care about them. Stop by, bring people something to their house or something like that, some bread or something like that, to help people out. Buy them some groceries or something like that. I think when you give money, it's less personal, So if you're an empath, change it up a little bit, and I think you'll be a lot better in the Philippines. Anyway, I want to talk about that today, guys. Leave your comments, see what you have to say. I always like reading the comments. I don't like people giving nasty comments on it. We usually take those ones down, because we do have some people that kind of get nasty. They attack people, they attack me or whatever, and I take those down. And some people wonder why their stuff gets taken down. If it's, it doesn't mean you have to agree with me. I'm okay with people not agreeing with me, okay? But let's not get nasty. Let's just agree to disagree. You know what I mean? I've had some like 2 or 3 nasty comments recently, and a couple of people said, "Why'd you take those down?" It was because they were nasty, and there's no room for nastiness in the comment sections, really. If you want to disagree with me, fine, write it in there, and I'm okay with that, but don't take it to a different level, okay? I'm not cool with that on my channel. Anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show, because I want to do more stuff like this. I want to do stuff like on different personality types over here a little bit in the Philippines, as far as expats. And I think it's kind of interesting, because we do attract certain types of personality types over here, I think. We do get a lot of narcissists, and they go to certain places too. A lot of these people are not good people, and we see a lot of these people that are not good people over here too. And then we get people that are kind of in the middle, and you know, I'm not saying that they're not good people or they're not good friends, but you know, I try to be friendly with everybody. I try to keep the peace with everybody as much as I can, but you know, I find that the people I like to be around the most are people that are kind of peaceful people. They have good personalities. They want to be happy, you know, and that's where I fit in the best. And empaths don't, remember this, empaths don't like to be around crowds, but I'm okay with crowds to a certain extent. But I do find that I need to be alone in my house sometimes. I like to listen to music. I like to be with my girlfriend alone. I like to go do something alone, or I like to go with the kids or whatever and do something alone. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. Love you guys.